secrets keep me peaceful. Your lies keep me safe. You are satisfied with my ignorance. And you are in control. But we aren't aware. We are anonymous. We do not forgive. And we do not forget.
We are 5 days away from fundamentally transforming the United States of America.
The way Bush has done it over the last 8 years, added $4 trillion by his lonesome, that's irresponsible. It's unpatriotic.
Around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence. It is a system which has conscripted vast human and material resources into the building of a tightly knit, highly efficient machine that combines military, diplomatic, intelligence, economic, scientific, and political operations. Its preparations are concealed, not published. Its mistakes are buried, not headlined. Its dissenters are silenced, not praised.
We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order when we are successful, and we will be.
It is a big idea, a new world order. A new world order can emerge. Now we can see a new world coming into view.
The United States Constitution was written to form a more perfect union that would enable checks and balances to prevent a bloody revolution from being a necessary measure to abolish tyranny. Excellent though it was, Colonel George Mason feared the national government might one day end in a tyrannical aristocracy. The rights of the people needed to be secured against potential corruption at the national level. One of the solutions the framers decided upon can be found in Article 5, which gives state legislators the authority to call a convention that bypasses federal legislators to amend the Constitution. That gives we the people the opportunity to make some long overdue structural adjustments. Maybe term limits would be a good place to start. Here's how the process works. Citizens request their state legislators to pass a bill called an application, with operative language identical in each state. These legislators of the states then pass the application. Generally, only a simple majority is needed. Congress shall, by law, call a convention of the states as soon as it receives applications from 2/3 of the state legislatures. That's 34 states. Delegates chosen by the state legislatures attend the convention. Each state only gets one vote at the convention, but they can send as many delegates to represent the state as they so choose. Amendments are proposed, debated, and voted upon at the convention. Finally, ratification takes place in the states. Each amendment must be ratified by 3/4 of the states in order to become part of the U.S. Constitution. But what about a runaway convention? Let's get a reality check. Like constitutional law scholar Robert G. Nadelson says, there are far more political and legal constraints on a runaway convention than on a runaway Congress. The convention delegates, also called commissioners, are bound to the will of their state legislatures. If they don't vote as their states demand, they get recalled and might even get sent to prison. Furthermore, a full 3/4 of the state legislatures, we're talking 38 state legislatures, must ratify each and every amendment in order for it to become part of the U.S. Constitution. Even Alexander Hamilton and Abraham Lincoln, who favored national government, emphasized that Article 5 gives states authority over the national government. Hamilton writes that national rulers have no option upon the subject. The words of Article 5 are peremptory. The Congress shall call a convention. And Lincoln says the convention mode seems preferable in that it allows amendments to originate with the people themselves. Article 5 Convention of the States is a safe route to stopping federal overreach. Civilizations rise and fall. Let's be a civilization that saw the cycle of collapse coming and broke it.
We're very proud of the fact that Harvey was funded 100% with taxpayers' money, Australian Film Commission, Film Victoria and SBS. We're very proud that we're Australian storytellers and that we're good storytellers and we can compete with the rest of the world. But the danger is that we could potentially lose our voice.
This typifies a lot of the free trade agreement. It puts lots of things at risk. It allows the big player to dominate us. It allows our medicines to be more expensive in the long run. It allows our culture to be overrun. It allows our quarantine to be put at risk. And in the end, Australians lose their identity and we lose our security.
The major threat is that we will lose the ability to be able to ensure that a defined component of creative performance for broadcasting and for entertainment in the home will be lost. It'll be whittled away and then lost.
I mean, is there one industry that you can think of that shouldn't be subject to foreign control? And that's got to be the Australian industry that promotes our culture. I mean, do we want our culture dominated from Sunset Boulevard or somewhere in Los Angeles? I don't think many Australians do. Let's not make that mistake. This upcoming week or 2 weeks is a big time for Labor to remember the values that it had and to actually stand up for them.
We lose our right to legislate as we want to foster the arts in Australia.
Bombs exploding, government been knowing, DEA, FBI, CIA, threats in the world today, terrorism like cannibalism taking over the streets, and all it can do is listen to these beats. Bombs exploding, government been knowing, DEA, FBI, CIA, threats in the world today, terrorism like cannibalism taking over the streets, and all it can do is listen to these beats. Throw a little heat into the government sheet, should've known it was coming. Now everybody's running this the USA, and I'm American made. Land of the free, home of the brave. Our people left in graves. I would've gave my life on that plane that day to prevent the pain caused and innocent people lost. Need no applause, just an explanation. This ruined nation is going into pieces. My nephews and nieces need to survive and live. I would give anything to keep this nation safe for my kids, innocent victims. Sickens my heart, tearing races apart, and we will never truly be free until we make some room for some humanity, and the insanity must stop. I don't care if you were a firefighter or a cop. I give my pledge to keep you coming from the edge. I need to let these feelings go. I need to let my feelings grow. I need to let this hate go, and we need to make some love in this world. Let it sit and twirl, and let us think about what would happen if we keep collapsing. Bombs exploding, government been knowing, DEA, FBI, CIA, threats in the world today, terrorism like cannibalism taking over the streets, and all it can do is listen to these beats. Bombs exploding, government been knowing, DEA, FBI, CIA, threats in the world today, terrorism like cannibalism taking over the streets, and all it can do is listen to these beats. And if you little suckers still want a piece of my nation, we can start some new relations, start some gangs, come with our thing. Screw the government if they can't take charge. I'ma come through and let them know I'm like a mirage. The minute you see me and the next minute you don't, and I won't stop shooting until you will no longer pollute my air. I don't care if you come into my country and live free, but if you mess around I'll put you down to the ground quickly. No, you little suckers trying to come with these MCs, and you little suckers trying to take charge. You better get on the ground and beg please. Odyssey and the rest of the country, please don't kill me.